Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. 25 bucks for a little bit of paint on a coin. Let's explore. Most of us have noticed the pretty substantial price increases across the board on the United States Mint products this year. Understanding that the United States Mint does have to have a bottom line as well, even though it's a government organization. But most of us feel that a lot of the products are pretty much overpriced at the Mint. With that being said, that is the case for most collector coins from mints around the world. The United States Mint, even though representing the most powerful nation and the most technologically advanced nation in the world, is very much behind the times in terms of minting technology and innovation. But nonetheless, this year, the United States Mint has released its third curved coin program with the basketball commemorative coins, and many people feel that the designs are lackluster, myself included. It's certainly a personal thing for me because the cornerstone of my collection is the United States Mint modern commemorative coins in proof condition, which is, by the way, if I were to collect the uncirculated versions, those are more collectible and tend to maintain their premiums after in the secondary market. But I bought the proofs. Why? Because I think they're beautiful, and I like the finish on those coins better than the uncirculated versions. I don't collect coins for resale value, typically. I buy them because I enjoy the designs or because I'm a completist and want to continue and update the collection. The basketball commemorative coins are an example of this, and it's pretty much universally the opinion of these coins is that they're not the best design. And we've noticed the United States Mint really for quite a while now, probably for the past 20 years or so, they've implemented virtual signaling in their coin designs, which I think is as unfortunate indeed. Political correctness, I believe, is a bad thing, and when you include it in coin design, I guess it taints the message, I believe, and it politicizes it, and I don't like that, especially when it comes to coin design. But we see it all too often, and it is an example in these coins, as well as just some poor design elements. But make no mistake, there's going to be other products that are going to be released with the same types of things. And what they have done now is the colorization for the very first time from the United States Mint. Welcome to 1990 United States Mint. Other mints have been doing this for quite some time. But there's also a lot of secondary market colorization of coins as well, too. I've never been a fan of color coins. And I think that even when an official mint does it, I believe it is a lot to be desired. I believe there's so much more they can do with the metal itself to give the feeling of depth and even color to some extent with a gilding of different metals of sorts. But nonetheless, the United States Mint chose to punt here and do what other mints have been doing for quite a while and charging us a huge premium on this. Silver Wolverine posted a video earlier today about the same subject, and I certainly agree with him. Now, the commemorative coins, they're very expensive, as you can see, and there is a reason for that we can't blame the mint for. In fact, much of this, for commemorative coins, there are surcharges that go towards, in this case, the Basketball Hall of Fame, and so there are surcharges, usually $10 and $35 per coin, and that goes to the organization. So it's a fundraising effort, and they are implemented and approved by Congress. And so no matter what the organization is, that premium is going to show up. But there's an extra premium tied to these coins here, the $50 colorized coin, with already increased pricing from the United States Mint this year on colorized or on commemorative coins in general. This takes it to a whole new level. $55 for a non-silver coin, base metal, with colorization. And again, sort of a pet peeve of mine. I'm sure that the coin itself is probably very high quality. It looks like it from this image that it is a fairly high quality colorized effort on this coin. But here's my problem with this. If I were a fan of colorized coins, this side looks fine. But the color in this side leaves a lot to be desired. In fact, it leaves completely to be desired. Why not colorize the other side of the coin? This image could have really popped out if they would have done that. I have no clue what the United States Mint was thinking. Now, I will say that if there's any quote innovation here, this may be, and I don't even know if it's true or not, the first curved colorized coin. So that very well may be the case, and maybe it's difficult to colorize on a convex side or a concave side as opposed to a convex side. Here is the real, what would someone consider misfortune, highway robbery, so to speak. They only colorize the rim and the netting, which the netting here is white. You didn't need to colorize that. You could have just frosted it differently and colorized the basketball. But that's about $25 for a little strip of paint, a strip of orangish red, and a little bit of white here. Well, I went and checked it out over here at Walmart. Walmart, you can buy a gallon of orange paint for under $25, a whole gallon. You can buy a bunch of these commemorative coins, just dip them in the paint. What do you think? I think that's a cheaper option. Maybe I'll buy a bunch of those, dip them in the orange paint, charge a big premium for them. What do you think? You think I could get a pretty good killing on that? A nice fundraiser with a little bit of orange paint dipped into some basketball commemorative coins? And the other thing, you may say, Uncle Sal, look here. Look at the limited mintage here. Out of the 400,000 across all options, only 75,000 of these will be this colorized, and it's the first for the United States Mint. So there's a chance it could do well. There's a chance. Now, I'm not ruling out that possibility that I could do well in the secondary market, but as Silver Wolverine pointed out, the original basketball coins did not sell very well. And I predict these won't either. This is not something people are abuzz about. It is a first for the United States Mint, but it doesn't mean a whole lot when other mints have been doing it for years and not charging these higher premiums. See, this is above and beyond the surcharges I believe that the mint charges based off the commemoratives, at least from what I understand. I don't know that these are somehow designated as separate surcharges. If that's the case, then so be it. Regardless, though, the free market will decide how much these sell. And as is the case with high premiums on anything, including what we've been seeing in the world of precious metals, especially silver, you don't have to buy it. That's the bottom line. I know I won't be buying it, and I'm a completist, and technically I probably should buy these to keep the collection updated because it's a different variation. But I'm not going to buy this coin, just like I'm not going to buy the enhanced uncirculated version either. There's almost too many different options out there, and this is bringing me to and all the more reason why I need to find a stopping point on this modern commemorative coins. If I wasn't collecting the set, I would have never have bought these coins anyway. The regular Hall of Fame basketball coins. I just would not have bought these. Just not something that I enjoy. Like I said, some parts, especially the obverse design, I'm not a big fan of. So there it is. But the free market will decide how this plays out. They are expensive. The mints got more expensive over the last year, and even before, people thought it was expensive. I did speak to a U.S. Mint employee earlier in the year at a visit to the actual store in Washington, D.C., and he defended the price increases and said, the time and materials cost has gone up, and they've not raised their prices in quite a while. And yes, that is true, but I would think that even as such, there ought to be ways for them to source at a better price for them to get materials for packaging and the like. And obviously, precious metals, they fluctuate anyway. They certainly don't lose money with that. And, and think about it too. All of the money made by the United States Mint above and beyond surcharges goes to the general fund of the U.S. Treasury. So you are essentially donating to your government when you buy a coin from the United States Mint. But that donation each year by every single person who buys from the United States Mint, including the authorized purchasers known as the APs, any money made on anything the United States Mint sells is a molecule and a droplet of water in a huge, huge bucket that is the national debt. They pretty much can slash prices and to the point where they are just they break even every year, and it's not going to hurt the U.S. government because the Federal Reserve can in one fell swoop create money out of thin air, and they have done it this year multiple times, and they will continue to do so. Any profits the United States Mint that donates to the general revenues of the Treasury on our behalf is almost an insult. But again, this is not a slam on the United States Mint. This is just what we're dealing with here. So I would say that if you really cared about your customers, I would slash a little bit of that profit that goes back into the revenues of the Treasury rather than raise prices. So that's my take on it. That's my take on these commemorative coins with all these different options out there, colorization and what have you. People will vote with their wallets in this case, and as is the case with anything out there. This is why I'm pro free enterprise. And, if people see this as price gouging, well, it's only gouging if you allow to be gouged. That's how I look at it. Unless you're forced to buy something, we really can't accuse any private or public entity of gouging us. It's up to us. We hold the power. And we hold the power of our pocketbook and our checkbook and our debit card and our expenditures. So vote with your expenditures in this particular case. I know where my vote lies, and it's not going to add these to the cart, that's for sure. I don't need to be reminded because I ain't getting it. There you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again to Silver Wolverine for posting his, and we talked a little bit about this in a previous live stream. So post your thoughts below. I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment,